not one that's super big on going and buying like Starbucks and scooters every morning for coffee. I'm really into the cold brews right now, and I want to buy some for my house. So I don't have to pay for it, at Starbucks or whatever.
Okay.
But I got the last 2 days in a row. I went to Starbucks inside Hy-Vee, and I got the cold brew, 3 Splendas. It's fantastic.
So it's coffee?
It's just coffee. Yeah, cold brew coffee with 3 Splendas over ice. It's not ice. There's a difference between iced coffee and cold brew. I've learned this, and then I'll tell you my Starbucks story.
Do tell.
So iced coffee is just regular coffee that is just poured over ice. Cold brew,
like iced tea. When if you brew your tea, because I prefer a hot brew poured over ice.
That's exactly what iced coffee is.
In iced tea, that's what I prefer. I don't make it cold. Like some people just drop a tea bag in a cold, iced tea. Yeah, I like to brew it.
So that's what you just said. That's exactly cold brew coffee is coffee brewed cold in the fridge for 12 hours, 24 hours, and then it's thicker. It's cold. It's never hot.
So it's never hot.
Never hot.
You make that's the cold brew.
Cold brew, yes. And
so you
put coffee, whatever. You can put grounds. You can put bags, whatever, in just a gallon thing of whatever, a pitcher. I don't know, in a gallon of water.
Don't have a lot of specifics here.
Follow me for more recipes. But then it just sits for 12 hours, 24 hours, and then it's just cold, and you just pour it over ice. That's all.
Okay.
But iced coffee is hot, like you just described. Hot brew tea poured over ice. It's the same thing with coffee. So there's the difference.
Okay, so
to
you
me,
like
cold brew.
Okay.
Because to me, iced coffee is a little watered down for me, and I like a kick in the seeds with the coffee. It's a little thicker.
So there's no ice. Then you pour it over ice, or there's
then you pour this over ice, and the ice doesn't melt. Because it's already cold.
So you make it. You make the recipe as per so much water, so much coffee. Put it in the fridge. And then when you serve it, then you add the ice.
Then you just pour it over ice.
So it's not watered down immediately, but eventually.
Eventually, if you don't drink it. So back to my Starbucks story, is that the lady, granted, Pat's not a hard name to remember, but I was in there, same lady as yesterday, and she goes, "Is it Pat?" I'm like, mind blown. I'm like, yes, it's Pat. It is. It's Pat. And so she got it right. So I am a Starbucks at 144th and Stony Brook customer for a very long time now because of her.
Sadly, immediately what pops in my head when you said it's Pat.
Oh, I know. Trust me. PTSD to middle school. I know. Trust me. I know.
I don't remember ever watching a skit that it was in.
I do.
I don't know, because I don't know if Pat was a guy or girl, right? Okay, and that was the whole point. But I don't remember one skit. I just remember it was just like.
Trust me, I remember all of them. I remember sitting at my friend Andy's house on Saturday nights, and everybody's around, and yay, it's Pat's coming on with his Docker, blah, her Docker, whatever.
Whatever, yes.
Yeah, so I remember all of those.
It's Pat. Oh my God, that's awesome. So I was watching a show, and they were talking about, and this isn't what I want to actually talk about, but they were talking about the fact that Eric Clapton has made the statement that he's not going to play any venues that don't allow everybody to come in, vaccinated or not, right?
Okay.
Had a panel of people talking about it. And one of the panelists, they go to her, and she had no idea who Eric Clapton was. I don't know how, and she's about 40. I don't know how you can.
So before this press conference, she had no idea? Or even at the time, she's like, I don't know who this
She didn't know who it was. She had to Google him.
Unbelievable.
Because she knew it was, because obviously they had their talking points for the show, and she saw this was going to be a conversation, so she had to Google him to see who he was. And I'm just like, how
do you not know just kind of who Eric Clapton is?
I mean, seriously, even if you don't like his music, and you, how she was familiar with the song. She said, "Yeah, I'm familiar with Layla. Yeah, that song, that song."
If you've been in an elevator in the last 15 years, you've heard his music.
Oh, my gosh.
Multiple songs,
right?
I'm not a huge Clapton fan, but I know who he is. I'm not a big Clapton fan at all, but I know who he is.
I don't feel like one way or the other about him. He is influential without a doubt. Absolutely one of the cornerstones probably, and there's probably 8 cornerstones, not 4. But there are a lot of influential people, big players. He's got to be one of them.
And was this girl in the this panel? Was it like music industry people that were talking?
This person was more like, she was a former state's spokesperson like politics.
Oh, okay.
Is where she would probably
she should
fall.
definitely know who that is, and her thumb on the pulse of something. I don't know. That's just
you would think.
Sometimes I think people not this case, but I think sometimes people act like they don't know certain things, so they can seem different or odd or like.
Or young.
Yeah.
I mean, like when somebody says, "Oh my God, I wouldn't know that." My God, don't you know when I was born? It's like, I'm sorry, but they didn't stop playing it the year it came out. It's like
right.
The movie's still there or the song's still here. It's not like it went away. Do you not watch anything besides things that were made after you were born? Is that you don't listen to anything?
You're missing a lot then, yo.
Because there's a lot out there. The 80s were fab.
Right. Oh my God.
And so the
See what you're
90s
missing?
were kicking ass. So I'm just like, when you say, oh my God, I have no idea who this is. But it is kind of funny because some of the teammates that we have now are really young. And I think one of them, who made the point the other day that she was 2.
It was Jade. Jade was 2 and Reagan was 5 the last time Sweet Stock hit the stage. I'm like,
we fired them immediately.
Yeah, they're done.
We were just for pointing that out, not because they were young, but because they were pointing it out. I was like, oh my God.
And it was Jade's comment was JC. I was 2 years old. What? Oh, God.
The funny thing is, she knows who a lot of these players are. She knows a lot of the talent that's coming in.
Thanks to TikTok helps a
lot.
Well,
it does help a lot, but she's familiar with the boy bands. She's familiar with, some of those songs. And you're right, the TikTok resurgence has not hurt, that's for sure. Which reminds me, sweetstock.com if you want to check out tickets. Yeah.
I was going through the playlist, the band list last night with Sophia again, going because she knows again because of TikTok. She knows TLC. She knows and she knows from movies or some of these songs in movies and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like she even knows. She doesn't know the name of the bands, but she's like, "Oh, I know that song. That's blah blah blah." Yeah.
Did you play her some Bone Thugs?
Yeah, she has no clue. No, she has no idea about that. Bennett does, but she has no clue about that. About Bone
he
Thugs.
does. That's
yeah,
great.
he does. He likes Bone.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. That's funny though. I think for a lot of them, it is. It's going to be for a lot of them. It's a big curiosity. A lot of the young. We've seen a lot of younger people excited about this. And I'm glad because it's going to be what I like about these guys, all the people that are coming in, is they aren't afraid to stay with the girl that brought them to the dance, so to speak. They know what made them,
right?
What brought them to the party, and they know what keeps them at the party, right? So they're not showing up and saying, "I have a new album."
Yeah.
And so we're going to play all new stuff tonight.
It's Vanilla Ice acoustic. Well, that's stupid. That's not why we came here, Vanilla.
So I think they said that Shaggy and TLC are playing in Minnesota, and they had like 5,000 ticket sales immediately.
Which makes total sense.
Makes total sense because it's just fun.
And if you want to go see your parents lose their minds, come to Sweet Stock. Even if you only know one or two of the bands, whatever, come there all day and watch a whole bunch of parents just absolutely lose their stuff.
It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. But yeah, it is. It's crazy though going back to that chick, I was just like, what are you talking about? And even if you did Google, don't say that out loud. You didn't have to tell everybody you had no idea.
I know. You're right, Hunter. That's exactly when I'm listening to music with the kids in the car or something, and it's a song that is deeply offensive, just gross, sexual, whatever. I just don't say anything because I don't want to act like I don't know. They never ask me if I know. I don't want to go, "Who's this? That's naughty." I just keep my mouth shut because you don't have to say anything. Nobody cares if you know or not. In that case, since she's asking questions, she should know.
She should.
But most of the time,
she knew it was coming.
You don't have to say you don't. But what's the saying? Fake it till you make it. It's like you're in a conversation, you don't know what they're talking about. Just kind of start gleaning some things off the conversation and try to figure it out.
I have to think too that in your situation, when you have songs playing, because I can't even imagine. I mean, I'm sure some of we know the lyrics, right? And you don't think of it in those terms until you are sitting in a car with either your parents or children, right? And you hear it. So instead of drawing attention to it,
you just have to take it.
You just kind of shut up because you don't want to make it a deal.
And during WAP, every time that the chorus hits, you're coughing. There are some songs that I just can't. WAP's one, I just can't. I can't do it.
No, I'm right there with you.
And there is a song right now that I kind of enjoying. It's called Build a Bitch.
Really?
Yeah. And I do enjoy it. It's great.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't know who that is. Yeah, but it's a good song. I mean, it's
Hold on. Let me see if I can find. There was something that just came out recently, and yeah, I'm the last person to be throwing this out here. Trust me.
And my wife isn't a very good wingman when it comes to this stuff, so she likes that stuff. Like she'll sit there and listen to it, and like it'll take me to look at her. I'm like, have you listened to the words of the song? She's like, no. I'm like, well, let's pay attention.
Maybe let's take a look. Let's Google those real quick.
Let's Google those lyrics.
I want you to sing along.
Good Lord.
With the lyrics in front of your face, and I want to watch your face as you say the words out loud and see what you got.
Because I don't want to be like our parents were to us when they would hear our music, even though our music was tame compared to this stuff. Yeah. I don't want to be that. So I'd rather be the silent person that just takes it than be the person that every song is like, oh my gosh, it's terrible. Oh gosh, it's terrible.
Because the more you do that too, they're going to make sure that it happens more often.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It is fun that the kids have paired both of their phones to my mom. Now, they don't ride with my mom as much anymore since they both can drive, but Emerson and Addison both.
How old are them? How old are they? Because they're
I'm terrible with ages. So they're between the ages of 20 and 5. I don't know.
I was going to say they're probably around 13.
12, 13.
Yeah,
8, 9, 10,
I'm going to say
13.
they're about 13. They're sisters.
Yes, my nieces.
Your nieces.
And so they paired their phones to my mom's car, and Bennett and Sophia both paired their phones. So no matter what, when they got in the car, they could all have control of it until someone would jump off, and then the other one would jump back on her car.
My God.
It's hilarious. So my mom's not a fan of that music.
So she doesn't take the kids anywhere.
No, and she doesn't have to that much anymore.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. So anywho,
I think you would like Build-A-Bitch. Google that.
I think
you would.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Really weird note. I haven't listened to near as much music as I used to, like the last year, which has been really weird. And it's I don't know what the deal is, but I like it quiet.
Yeah.
Or
a podcast.
I'm
the same way.
I'm either listening to a story or something, and I like network television.
Yeah.
I can't watch comedies. I can't, the laugh tracks.
No, I can't do that. I haven't done that in it's been a long time since I've watched a sitcom.
Sitcoms.
Very long time.
And even the dramas. I'm just like, for some reason, it's just.
Real Housewives is getting lit.
Is it really?
Right now with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with Erica Jane, who's going through that Tom Girardi stuff, her husband, the attorney. You've heard of this, right?
Yes.
And it's getting to that point now where right now the shows we're watching are when all the information dropped last year. So it was like right in that week. So all the news is coming out and her assets were just frozen. And it's like this big, huge like PR campaign to kind of save her image a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's just in real time, it's not a good situation. So knowing what's going on now, and this is what happened 6 months ago, it's an absolute disaster.
Right. And so you're watching right now. Okay, 6 months ago. Are you watching it in real time as they come out, or do you binge them?
Oh, no, real time.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we'll watch them like the day out. We'll watch Big Brother the night it's on, but then otherwise it's Real Housewives within the week.
I can't believe I have not had Big Brother on.
Yeah,
or Big Brother.
It's so good.
Bachelor.
I haven't watched this season of The Bachelor.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it. It's not a political statement. I just haven't watched it because I love Chris Harrison. I just thought he was the reason why the show was really good. I thought he was a good host, and the whole situation just kind of turned me off for the franchise. I was kind of weaning on it anyway. I didn't like it as much as I did 10 years ago.
Oh, I know.
But that was one of the reasons. There's another Bravo show I can watch.
I liked him because he was able to ask the questions and make it sound like he was genuinely interested, so they would genuinely answer, right? And you're knowing in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I can't believe I'm even asking
just
you
cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. That's all he's thinking is cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah. The whole way through.
Yeah. I haven't watched The Bachelor at all. But Big Brother's great.
Okay.
I love Big Brother. But there are a bunch of babies this season. I don't know
Really?
Have you ever watched Big Brother?
Long time ago.
Yeah, if you're talking about like millennial babies, and these aren't all millennials in there, but everybody's so sensitive and crying. Second episode, everybody's bawling.
Oh my God.
Sack up.
See, I'm still in that shocker of all shockers, like I've always been, the wormhole that I'm always in on YouTube videos. And every once in a while you find them on Amazon, or sometimes there'll be something. Yeah, Amazon is about the best place to find other ones too. But looking at just different crazy stuff. Not all conspiracy theories, but just interesting things about places and stories and things like that. And I like getting into those because once you find a good one, it suggests others that are very similar, right?
Yeah, right.
So it leads you down.
You can find some good stuff that you would never really go out and search for.
Would have never even known those things were there. Wouldn't even have a clue. Kind of like the aliens landing in Ashland. Would have never known it was there, and I didn't know it was there until you stumble across the right person.
And now you went and you own the property.
And now we own the property.
You went from nothing to owning Alien Point. I got, speaking of conspiracy theory, whatever, paranormal stuff, I got called out on Instagram last night. Okay, random. So we've talked about her before on our podcast. She was on our show before, Elizabeth Saint, who was on Ghost of Shepherd's Town. And so I've been going back and forth with her for like a year, trying to get a podcast going with her on our network. And so I'd sent her a text, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I sent her a text on December 26th of last year. I sent her another text a couple weeks ago. I'm like, dude, come on. Blah, blah, blah. So then I get on Instagram last night. And I see that she's doing a live. So I click on it, and there's like 1,000 people watching it or whatever. And when you get on an Instagram live, it says, blah, blah, blah has joined. So mine said that. And about 90 seconds in, she called. She's like, oh, my God. I promise I'll text you back. It was so embarrassing. So embarrassing because all these other people were like asking like ghost questions, and I seemed like the absolute freaking stalker of all stalkers. I instantly, as soon as she's like, got off. And I don't know if it says Pat has left. I don't know if it does.
I don't remember ever seeing that. I only remember seeing when somebody comes in. So it mentions somebody.
So hopefully she thought that I just wrote it out because I'm like, as soon as she started saying that, I'm like, oh, this is it's absolutely
because everybody's like, who's this Pat guy?
Right, and why is he texting her? The creepy. Yeah, and then they go to my profile. It's got cats and all my
well-populated Instagram, well-populated, curated even. He put some thought into this.
Yeah,
you can tell.
I do. It's all about SEO, yo.
There you go. Exactly. Oh my God.
All right, so we had talked about it at the beginning. Go to sweetstock.com. Get your tickets for Sweetstock. It's going to be a very fun, very, very fun day.
Yes.
So thanks for listening to our podcast. It's Pat and JT everywhere.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.